I really try to not engage with people, especially on my videos. When I first came out on YouTube on this new channel, I came out the gate because I had a whole bunch of stuff that I always want to talk about, and I came out the gate and I put out the bangers like We Are Really Lynch and the Polygamy, the two-part series, and um, the Why I'm African, and Reclaim Your White Ancestry, and I'm Not Afraid of Your Races. All good. These are the same videos that continue to get hits um, every day, and people always commenting on it. Um, Reclaim Your White Ancestry has been the most popular, along with African Hair and its significance, and I'm getting hits on that. And it behooves me that I get all types of comments, like you are dumb, racist, shithead. I'm gonna try not to curse, so I'm gonna try not to curse in this video. You're a dumb, racist, angry black B, and you're an S head, and you're a F tard. You look like a dumb Whoopi Goldberg type that they try to jab you. They try to jab you and really make you cry. But honestly, I know what this is. I've been on this place for a long time, and I've dealt with all types of characters, and racist and white privileged foofy MFers who feel like they can tell me as a person who I am and tell me about myself as if I don't have a mind of my own. What's especially interesting is that people always try to jab at me like I'm a horrible derelict living on the side of the road making money by, doing blowjobs or something. Like I can't have an intelligent thought. I can't talk about the conditions of my people without um, having to be on welfare. Because obviously, if I was on welfare, I would have a problem with the conditions, and I feel like I need to talk about it. Because if I was an actual person who was able to, buy a house or and pay off a car or take care of my child for 12 years, I obviously wouldn't have a damn issue, and I wouldn't be talking about the stuff that I talk about on my videos. And it really got me to thinking about the very idea of African people, the thought that we should not, we supposed to put all of this to the side once we get a little change, or once we obtain a certain stature, that all of a sudden what we talked about here on this place is not relevant anymore because somebody else is paying your bills. But let me tell you something. Somebody else is always paying my bills. Until I'm an entrepreneur, even if I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a free service to the direct to the community, somebody else is always paying my bills. But let me tell you something, and I feel this the strongest ever right at this point. I don't care if somebody pays me $1 million. I don't care if I was a poor, broke woman on the street hustling for change, and some John said, "Well, I give you $50 if you suck my pee pee," and I would go tell him to go shove his pee pee up his hoo hoo because I don't rock that way. I'm not gonna sacrifice myself, my integrity for anything. And that's the same. People just assume that African people is going to sacrifice their integrity for some change or for some notoriety. And it's very interesting, and I've gotten that more than once. It's very interesting that in order for me to talk about my people and the condition that is real, a condition that all of a sudden I'm racist. And this is why I say I don't give two whatevers about being called a racist, because you know black people, African people can't do nothing without being called a racist. It's that reverse psychology stuff that I talked about in that other video. But we can't do anything without being called a racist. You know what I'm saying? My daughter and I had a talk, and I really enjoy having talks with my daughter, but especially when she's like listening and asking questions. And it's interesting because, before she thought I was some crazy woman talking about white people like they're the devil or something like that. And it's interesting now that she was talking about, mommy, I'm learning about Malcolm X in school. And I said, well, baby, what you learning about Malcolm X? And he's like, well, Malcolm X, was a separatist, and then he came to his senses and decided that he was going to love every color of the world in the rainbow. And she didn't say it like that, but that's how it was put across to her in school. And I was looking at Kimba's video talking about her daughter going to school. And this is the garbage that they feed our children. They turn our revolutionaries into some ho hum, petty anti, um, bend over backwards type of dudes. Malcolm X was a revolutionary, and even after he came back from Mecca, he was still a revolutionary. The teacher explained to my child that not my child, but to the class as a whole, that he wanted to he was for self-sufficiency and having black businesses, having black people own their own stuff, their businesses, their economy, etc. And she injected her opinion and said, well, um, that's kind of racist, don't you think? And I'm just like, will anybody tell a Korean that they can't own a Korean store and hire Koreans to do Korean shit? Would they not tell them that? Would that be considered racist? A Jew can't own a building and only lease to Jewish people. Would that be considered racist? Nobody would call that out. But if African people want to own stuff, be together, build with each other, that is racist. That is it. The only way that white people will feel comfortable in relation to African people is when they are up here and we are down here. As long as they're able to look at us and if we shooting each other in the street, if black people shoot each other in the street, we kill each other at astronomical rates, that's not racist. But if we want to work together and build a business, that's racist. This is what we dealing with. This is what they do, and some of y'all fall for it. Some of y'all fall for that guilt. You apologize for it. You apologize for wanting, for saying stuff, for announcing the condition. You apologize for it. And I'm not going to let myself or my daughter fall victim to that guilt. And that doesn't mean that I live in the projects. It doesn't mean that I'm on welfare. And I don't even care if I get $1,000,000 one day. You know what I'm going to do? That I'm going to put it back into the community. I'm not going to stay. I got a job. I'm not doing bad. But I'm not doing the best that I can because I could be an entrepreneur and I'm working toward that every day. And honestly, I'm not happy. Even if I had $1,000,000 and I'm living a lavish life, well, how can I live the lavish life with my people everywhere suffering? That don't even make sense. And because I say these things, people want to call me out and call me racist and all types of things, and that's cool. But I'm going to tell it like I said it before. You can call me whatever you want. I'm going to still be a soldier for my people. I'm going to still talk about the issues. And I'm going to still laugh at your dumb, duty head. But when you expose yourself, on my videos,